By 1100 AD, two main cultures had developed in this area. European discovery of New York was led by the French in 1524, and the first claim came in 1609 by the Dutch. As part of New Netherland, the colony was important in the fur trade and eventually became an agricultural resource. In 1626, the Dutch bought the island of Manhattan from American Indians, giving some goods in exchange. Adjusted for inflation, it's believed that the Dutch bought the entire Manhattan for like today's $1,000. The British conquered New Netherlands in 1664. The colony and city were both renamed New York after its new owner, James II, later King of England, Ireland and Scotland, who was at that time Duke of York. If he would have been the Duke of London, let's say, and let's pretend that London had a duke, then probably the city name would have been New London or something. But let's not talk about alternate timelines. I'm not alternate history hub, so that's how New York got its name. When English took the colony from the Dutch, it had around 8,000 people. Thousands of poor Europeans migrated to these states. After 1700, many of them were Germans. Migration was a key factor in the development of the colonies in the world. The province of New York grew fast for having a port and for being a key support for British colonies in the Caribbean. If in 1700 this region had like 20,000 people, after 71 years there were almost 170,000 people. New York played a major role in American Revolution. The Battle of Saratoga was a turning point of the war in favor of the Americans, convincing France to formally ally with them. New York's constitution was adopted in 1777 and strongly influenced the United States Constitution. Due to New York's trade ties to the South, there were many Southern sympathizers in the early days of the American Civil War, and the major proposed to leave the Union. Far from any of the battles, New York in the final sent the most men and money to support the Union cause. During 19th century, New York City became the main entry point for European immigrants to the United States. Ellis Island opened in 1892 to welcome millions and millions of new immigrants, increasingly from Eastern and Southern Europe. The Statue of Liberty opened in 1886 and became a symbol of freedom, democracy and hope for the United States. New York boomed as a city. After 1900, skyscrapers were built up and many businesses were created. These skyscrapers expressed the energy of the city and expanded the interest of other people in this place. The economic boom ended after the Wall Street crash of 1929. Knock knock, it's World War II. The buildup of defense industries for World War II turned around the state's economy from the Great Depression as hundreds of thousands worked to defeat the Axis powers. New York City renewed its position as a cultural center, attracting more immigration, and hosted the development of new music styles. The city developed to become a media capital over the second half of the 20th century, hosting most national news channels and broadcasts.